Are we live?
Hey, we're live. You heard that. Chad fucking talked for some reason. So, anyways, welcome back
Why just me?
to Death Attack. If people watch this, so
I love how as time goes on, you're more and more jaded about this whole stream. It's fun. It's fun for us to listen to.
Yeah, it is. I was the only one who talked.
Welcome back to D&D.
You were. It was just Chad.
Oh, shit.
okay. Well, it's episode 104. It's a lot of fucking episodes.
Yeah, we're here. We showed up again.
We're pretty far into it.
Whoa.
Shit's happening.
We're halfway there.
No, you're not. You are fucking at death's door.
Living on a prayer.
There's no. You are far past
Did
the
you
halfway
switch
mark.
over?
Don't.
Did I?
It's still the.
I hope they
they're
can
just
hear us.
hearing us.
Hello.
Hey, let's see.
Where'd it go?
Did it switch over yet? Well,
Yeah.
it's episode 100.
Yeah, no, it didn't switch over.
Yeah.
It's just us
So-
talking.
So now you're mad at me.
My tabletop button's broken. I'll go switch over here.
Maybe if you didn't
this
use
is
all
a
your
very
muscles when you push them. Hello.
This is a very special
How you
episode where
doing?
there's no cameras. You're
Yeah,
just in your
ASMR.
notes.
Theater
Asper.
theater of the mind.
Hey.
What am I talking about?
Okay.
What's that?
Now we are back. I'll have to get.
Is someone here? Do you watch this, Carl? He's like, I thought it was Monday.
Tech J? Tech J? Could be the techiest of the
Oh, he's on call though. He's just showing up.
Who you barking at? Who you barking at? Who that?
I hope someone's watching.
Hello. Like and subscribe.
Or don't.
Welcome to depression, I guess.
What?
Just
Depression
Nice.
attack.
Do you guys have multiple dice that you use?
Yeah, I got a lot, man.
Oh, I have all vampire dice
want to
right now. I
join
don't know
us?
where my.
Monday, we do the vampires. We do the vampires on Mondays.
Who did we get this metal dice from?
Is it metal?
I don't know. The
Sound
graphite
like
one we got from the.
This was this is I think it's plastic, but it was from that Upstart Kickstart or
Okay.
group.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome. It's episode 104. Who's the last person out the front door? Who's the last person that went out?
Kelly.
She left the door open. That's why it was banging.
The front door?
She
Oh,
left
or the screen door.
glass door.
Eesh.
So it was just banging out there, and that's what Ghost is barking at.
Ah.
It was Justin.
Well, in case
Get mad at him.
anyone
It was
watching
Justin.
was concerned about the dogs barking, that's what it was.
That's what it was. There's nothing to worry
No
about.
intruder.
No demons
Damn it,
or
Justin.
ghosts.
How could you?
Damn.
Now, I believe, the last left off, you guys were in some, well, you guys had a little bit of a discussion. King York.
You know, have your dice.
It's there. Thank you. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
What did I do with my ghost face dice? I only have one. Oh, did I put them in there? Oh.
I'm so
Is
scared.
that them right there?
So scared of
Yes.
That is them.
Those are them. They...
Hi.
Just take a dick
Did you think you had your forehead to the mic? That it was going to talk through your forehead?
Thank you. Oh, oh. You know, this is gonna be a bad night. I'm gonna.
We're super coordinated.
I'm sorry. I went to grab her dice and I just headbutted it. You know what I'm saying?
Mouth butted it.
You know what
It was
I'm
like
saying?
a awkward like.
XP for helping another player. Thank you. You can kill me.
That's what.
Invisible.
Yes.
I need to literally look at my notes to see where we ended the last game.
So I could say right now that.
It was outside a fortress with many loot.
No. Julian was going with Legic.
Yes.
We were gonna go talk to the homeless population.
Julian.
Julian, Gullian, Gullian.
Tulian, Schoolian. Go to schoolian.
Julian, go to school
Ain't
again.
no fooling.
No fooling.
Okay, all right.
Stay in schoolian.
So, who do we want to start with? Who wants to start the night? Because we are essentially in the exact same spot when we ended the last session. So, there's no time jump or anything.
What do you mean who wants to start?
Who wants to take the first scene?
I will.
Are we not together?
No,
I believe
we're
currently you
split.
guys are split up.
Oh.
Yes.
Barry and Fulner went to go speak with King Leoric. I believe Julian and Legic went to go speak with the homeless population. After not being able to find any sort of, what you would say, any thieves' can't stuff in the city. And I believe you were avoiding any sort of confrontation with Shiv.
Eye contact is the word you're looking for.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, Julian.
So what would Julian like to do with the starting?
So we were on our way to actually speak with the. I think there was like a homeless type of encampment or something along those lines.
It was a homeless. You guys were to go. You guys hadn't even gotten to that point. You guys basically were.
Oh, I thought you had like alluded of what it was, but we hadn't gotten there yet.
There is a portion of the city that is a little bit more, a little older, like an older portion of the town.
Mm-hmm.
But Brightwall doesn't really have a. It's not like Gutterport.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't have like a slum really. It's more like a what you would consider to be a non-priority district.
And that's where we're headed.
Okay, so if that is the case, when you guys get to the district, what exactly are you looking for?
So having dealt with unsavory characters for quite a while, it's kind of my whole job. Technically, it still is. I never got fired. I didn't get a severance package. Nothing. But there's always going to be someone trying to get up to no good. Brightwall or not. And those people, especially here, would stick out like a thumb. So if I could use like a perception check or maybe an investigation check to kind of find someone in this less than district.
Right, Legic, what are you doing then?
I'm just tagging along.
Okay, so with your passive perception, the first thing you're able to immediately notice is that all throughout the city, people are hunkering down. There's a lot of businesses that are closed. Streets are very clear. Population is still active, but there's whispers and rumors. I guess more or less, not really rumors, but you can hear the news sort of spreading throughout the city that there is a potential attack on the city incoming. The Commonwealth know that there is an orc war party that is going to attack the city. Granted, most people are not really concerned or worried. It's just they're, I guess, just more or less preparing for the travel of soldiers through the city. This particular portion of the city, however, is one of the closest to the rampart walls. Now, Brightwall has never been breached or has never fallen to siege, but if it was to fall into siege, this would definitely be like the first district to just completely get overwhelmed. Do you want to roll for something else?
I wouldn't know what else to roll because you kind of explained the whole scene.
That was your passive.
Okay.
So, unless you're looking for something specific.
Yeah, that's why I said I either a perception or an investigation roll because you can always like.
Which one do you want to do?
I'll do investigation to
Okay.
see if there's any kind of.
Investigation.
That's 23.
That's pretty solid.
Julian,
Okay.
Gotta remind me what we're doing here. I've been kind of in the back of my mind thinking about everything that I've been going through.
Logic, when you go to enough towns like me, you always are going to be able to spot the person who can tell you what you need, if you get my drift. Even if this is as fortified as they claim it to be, there's always going to be one person.
So you think, are there any homeless people?
Not that you've seen.
Okay. So you think there might be a thieves guild, maybe black market?
What better place?
The sewers.
That's what we're going to find out, aren't we?
You managed to spot a group of kids. Adolescent boys, probably around 9-10 years old. The group of them are standing on a corner. Looks like they're playing bones. The moment that they see you approaching, they both sort of look at each other, and with your thieves' cant, you can clearly identify when they are essentially signaling. You don't know what it's for, but they are somehow communicating for some reason or another. They then get up and they both run off. They split up in two different ways.
Just like those two boys right there. You want to follow one, I'll follow the other.
Sure.
Alright, and I'm going to try to tell the... I'm not sure exactly how we're standing, but I'm going to go to the one on the left. That's the one I'm going to make my way towards.
Okay. Could you both give me a perception?
Is there a chance that I can identify the signal that they were...
Do you have thieves' cant?
No.
Then no.
Okay.
23, again.
23.
What do you need to get? Perception?
Yeah.
Million. 17.
Okay. Both of you are able to follow each child relatively easily. They are running, so you are also moving your pace. It's you're unsure if they are aware that you are following them, but you pretty much stay right on their trail. Now, we'll go with Legic first.
I'm a brain fog. I forgot what I asked them.
About the crown, if there's any sort of...
That's right. Okay.
You watch the kid run down an alley, and as soon as he runs down the alley, he breaks your line of sight. You make your way over to that alley corner, and you look down, and he is not there. It looks like it appears to be a dead end.
Can I look at my surrounding area for any... where he would go or hide?
Yeah. So throughout the alley is filled with various different things. There's a few barrels, some crates. You kind of like start to kind of push on them, knock on them. They sound hollow, or they're able to easily look into the lid, notice they're empty. What's your passive perception?
Wow. I can't see it. 12.
12, okay.
I keep forgetting where those passives are at.
You do see, as you kind of are looking around for any spot he could hide, there's a pretty large metal grate that's on one of the walls. It looks like it was used for some sort of waste disposal at one point, but it's pretty much doesn't appear to be in service anymore.
Is it closed or open?
It's closed, but it's like a hatch. You just open it up. It's a metal grate. Just opens, drops, and falls.
Can I fit through it?
No. Small kid could. You're a little too large.
I'm gonna open it up.
Okay, you open it up. See the entrance, and it kind of moves in and then vents down. It looks like it's a drop.
Is there any pebbles around me?
Pebbles? Yeah, you can find a pebble easily.
I want to throw one in and listen and see how far it falls.
Throw it in, you hear it bouncing, ting, 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 ting. Then silence.
I want to use my rope,
Okay.
and I'm going to
Feed it.
feed it down until it stops.
Okay. How's along the rope? 50 feet?
I think it's 60.
60 feet?
I think it's 60.
Yeah, it probably rolls down there for, let's say, a little over half of it.
Do I feel anything that would be like movement?
No?
I'm going to use the command to latch on something,
Okay.
to fasten.
Okay.
Does it do anything?
Yes.
I'm going to try to pull.
All right. You pull and you hear something like scraping.
I'm going to keep pulling.
All right. You pull and then eventually you hear a crash. And now you are clearly lifting something.
Yep. Yep.
And then as you're pulling and lifting, your weight kind of just quickly jolts back. Something must have cut the other end. You feel the rope give way, and you boom smack right into the wall on the other side of the alley. And then you look at your rope, and it just falls dormant.
Son of a bitch. I'm gonna head back his way.
Okay. Head back where you guys split up at. Okay. Meanwhile, Julian.
Stay in school, Ian.
Schooling ain't no fooling. Spends lots of booleans. Sits on stoolians.
He does. Lactose intolerant Julian.
Oh my god.
You follow this kid all the way until you see him reach what appears to be an orphanage. You watch as they run in through the front door of the orphanage. Door closes behind them.
Oh, that's a bit morbid. I'm gonna go up and just walk in. If it's clearly an orphanage, I can literally just walk in.
Yeah, it's an orphanage.
Yeah. I'm gonna walk in.
So you open it up and you walk inside. You can see that there is a rather elderly man, appears to be human, standing there, and you can see his back is to a stairwell. You can catch just a glimpse of the kid running up the stairs as he kind of quickly approaches. Hello, can I help you?
Yes, I'm actually looking to maybe adopt. The wife and I can't have children, so I was wondering if maybe we could look around, or I could look around. So it's only me here.
Wouldn't you bring your wife with you to do this?
That was kind of a surprise.
She doesn't know you want to adopt a child.
She thinks that I don't want to, is the thing.
You're gonna give me a persuasion check.
God, get a good one, man.
20. Unnatural.
Yeah, 20.
Close.
Notice that his eyebrow kind of raises and sort of goes, well, we do have children that are seeking homes. Would be very much obliged to show you, however, I feel as though you are looking for a particular kid. It happened to be the small boy who came in here just before you did.
Damn, he must have had a good roll.
Interesting you should say that then, because That kid that just ran in happened to know some signals that a child typically wouldn't know. If you get my drift.
I'm sure that is most likely the case, after all. Being an orphan is an experience that most kids shouldn't know either.
That's true. I agree with that.
What do you want with the boy?
Did he steal from you?
No. You see, in my line of work, there is always going to be someone who tries to be or do a little something nefarious. There's always someone in the city. And if that boy knows things that he shouldn't, who is the one who's telling him? That's basically what I want to know.
Nefarious. That is one word that you could use. I prefer to use the word survival.
So it's you then.
I have taught the boys how to manage on their own.
Then I guess it's you that I need to talk to. You have someone a little bit more private. I assure you I'm not with the guards or anything like that.
Sure. Come to my office.
I'll follow.
Follow him to his office. You make your way in. He sits down. As he does, he turns back, looks towards you.
What is this about?
So, first and foremost, the name is Julian. You know, there's got to be a little bit of leverage. I'm going to give you a little bit of leverage on me. And we can work something out.
I've been playing this game for a long time. If you're looking for something grandiose, I hope you know you've come to the wrong place.
It's not about grandiose exactly. It's about something that's hidden within the city. And you and I both probably know that when we get our hands into things in places that we shouldn't, we find things that we probably shouldn't. It's the same in every city, every place that I've ever been, every country. That's why I came looking for someone like you. Maybe you had a little bit of information that could help me. And in turn, I could do something for you. I scratch your back, you scratch mine. And if you've been at this a long time, you've been in Brightwall a long time, you probably know a lot more than a lot of people.
Depends what you're looking for.
I've heard rumor that there is a crown somewhere. Not the Lord or the King or whoever, nothing like that. Something that shouldn't be here, wasn't here. But now people seem to be recollecting it.
A crown
Yes,
in the city.
somewhere.
And who did this crown belong to?
Is that information that you really want to know? 'Cause I'll tell you.
If you want my help, I'll need to know how to help you.
A being, I don't want to say man because that doesn't feel right, by the name of Ghostwield.
You don't know of the name. But I would assume he was a king,
Something
royalty
like
of some sort.
that. Enough to have a crown.
It's said that there is a royal burial crypt somewhere beneath the city. It was sealed off a long time ago after, well, legends say that Gallic the Grey was buried there after the removal of the elves within the city.
The Gallic the Grey was buried here?
It is a legend.
Sometimes legend bear truth. It'd be a mighty coincidence that there's a crown here with a story to go along with it. Separate, but coincidental enough, you know?
But that is as much as I can tell you. If there truly was a royal burial crypt beneath the city, rotting in its dredges, I was sure that some grave robber, tomb breaker would have thieved it long ago. And with that, I have heard no tale of.
I appreciate your time, then. It's been a mighty help that it actually could possibly be here. Now, for my scratching your back part, is there anything that I could do to help you?
Children need food, children need clothes, building needs repairs. Monetary value is all I can require.
Give me a few hours and I can do something for you.
Very well.
Definitely can, rich boy.
Again, thank you for your help.
I hope you find what you're looking for.
And I hope the money helps you in your endeavors. And I'll get up and I'll leave.
All right. So you leave. Do you reconvene in the spot you split up?
Yeah.
Okay. You find Legic there waiting.
Legic, how long have you been waiting here?
Not very long.
A few moments.
To find the kid?
No, I think he went through a shaft.
Well, lucky for me, I found where the boy probably lives. It's an orphanage. Might have found something, maybe, maybe not. So, let's try to go find Jez and kind of go from there. See what Falmer has in store for us.
Was the kid nice?
I didn't talk to the kid. I'm gonna look around. Are there any guards that are in the area?
You've seen some doing patrols, but it's not heavy here.
Yeah. Turns out it was the orphanage leader that, the man who owns the orphanage is the one who taught him.
Oh, yes. I see. So then, the way they act, it's more of a survival tactic.
Yeah. No harm, by the way. He seems to be a genuine guy, so lucky for us.
Well, let's not talk about this in the open then. If you have information, and let's get to the others.
Yes. And I'll turn and start heading back to...
Okay. So within a short little bit, you guys meet back up with the entire group.
Also, I realized Jess and I didn't get the memo on the flannel party today.
Wanted something warm.
I wanted to be cozy. You're just missing a beer.
Some shit. Send out memos, guys. It's hurtful.
He's wearing a flannel underneath the hoodie. You're the
I
only
am.
one.
I'm just kidding.
Oh my god, that's so funny. It's like, "Bang!" Haven't worn my flannels in a good while.
So you guys all meet back up at the barracks.
So bright. Sting.
Hey.
Whoever wants to start.
Was Falner and I just sitting around while we've been doing this whole time?
Oh, Falner just got back with Barry.
From where?
From seeing the king.
Oh yeah, I was by myself.
The other king.
That's right.
Because I'm a king.
They show up at the same time, or how's this working?
Yeah, Falner gets there a little earlier than them.
How
But
disappointed does Falner look?
I don't know.
How disappointed do you look?
He's never disappointed.
All right, so what did everyone find?
I imagine...
Disappointment.
At least you're being realistic. I appreciate that about you.
No problem.
The meeting didn't go well, did it?
Well, he didn't really give me anything to go off of, Rockberry.
No, you just stand there and you just kept
Wait.
repeating the same things I wrote on the paper.
Wait, Barry, what happened?
I don't know. Ghost. The whole mention of Ghostfield to Leoric was concerning. He seemed to be suspicious of Faulkner's intentions. He also seems to be hearing Ghostfield in his dreams.
He also seems to be a little bit paranoid.
Well, that's a lot worse.
Thinks I'm going to attack him.
In his dreams.
He's requested that we deal with the invasion that's coming.
Oh, with Smallross and the orcs?
Right. As asked if we can deter them from, sacking the city, and then that he'll help us with the crown, is what he said.
He does seem that he does know about this crown. What about anyone else? Anyone else get any information?
Maybe. Got a little bit. So all of you, are you familiar with the stories of Gallic the Great?
Yes, it's the descendant or ancestor of Smallross.
That... it's one of those situations.
Is-
Okay,
yeah.
well that's very coincidental.
I don't know if I'm buying
Was it
it.
Gallic that told him to burn down Venalia?
I believe that was Tempest that told him that.
I wouldn't know. I wasn't there. I didn't even know about this. But I think it's highly coincidental that your friend Smallross is coming to the city when it's rumored that Gallic the Great is literally buried here.
We were all in the... King Anson, before he passed, told us. He said that the orcs, the tribe that Gallic was the chief of, they helped repel the elves from these lands. It's how the first men was able to acquire Brightwall. Well, after they had repelled the elves, the orcs turned against them. And in return, the first men flayed Gallic alive and made a map out of his back. For whatever God knows reasons.
Oh,
So Smallross is coming here for Gallic the Grey, which is his ancestor.
Yes.
Who is rumored to be buried here?
That would make sense.
Now,
Would the crown be within its burial?
so that is the thing. It doesn't sound like this burial has ever been sacked at all. There's no stories, there's no rumors that it's ever been found. Long since closed off from anybody. So very well, for one reason or another, could be there, for all we know. I don't know why it would be there, but it could be.
Or at least in the area.
Jezebel, you are uncharacteristically quiet. Do you have anything to add?
No.
Is there something weird between Gallic the Grey and Smallross?
Besides him apparently being a descendant, so he says.
So what is in the tomb that he wants so bad then?
Don't know.
I wouldn't even begin to know.
Do we know where he is buried?
Nice.
Somewhere in the city, underground probably, where dead bodies typically go.
Well, if Leoric knows about it, and it has never been sacked before, I can almost guarantee it's not accessible from somewhere in the city. It's most likely
In the palace.
within the palace.
It is, let's be honest, it's probably where the crown is.
I'm going to say that I know it's never been sieged, but Smallross is quite powerful. Especially now.
I'm sure all we gotta do is just really show him it's just us, and he'll just call off this whole thing.
No, what I'm saying is we can fend off against him. We're going to have to do it regardless. So this is beneficial, especially if we need to get information from Leoric.
So what? We kill Smallross?
I wouldn't say kill him. I mean,
So-
he still is your
Have you
friend.
ever
No.
spoken to him?
Never.
He's not exactly the type to change his mind.
I mean, that's not for me to say. I mean, I don't know how good friends you were.
Friends
For me-
is not exactly the word I would use.
he viewed us more as a necessary companionship.
Well, he did save Lavender.
Given
did.
what he's saying, I think saving is more of something he needed to do for his benefit.
I think we should try to save him if we can.
I would say reason.
If he
instead of
forces us
saving.
to it, then sure. But give him the option at least to stand down. Jezebel, is everything alright over there? You seem to be making all sorts of faces. You have something to add?
I just realized after how many episodes has Hobby been on the show now? Battle Master's been spelled wrong this whole time.
What's it say?
That's the real T. Because it's missing a T.
It just says Battle Massa. Masser.
Master.
Battler.
Are you Jar Jar Binks?
You know what's funny? We fixed that one time.
No, well, we'll have to fix it again, I guess. Must be using an
the
old
T.
one.
The T.
It could be an old. It could be an. It might actually be it fixed at one point, and then an old one got put back on.
Like maybe when you guys could do some jumbling around with OBS. That's funny.
Hilarious.
Battler master.
Battle Master.
Battle Master.
My name's Ledric
Battle
Battler
Master.
Master. I'm the Battler Master.
Yes.
But anyway, no, there's no reasoning with Small Bros. You should remember that.
Well, we
Barry
don't.
remembers that.
We've seen him fight. He's got quite the regenerative power.
I've never seen him fight.
That's true.
He's never seen me fight.
There was a time I was with Fulner. I can't remember if Lavender was there, but we saw him fight against Saul.
Alright, in the
He picked up his guts and started regenerating.
Listen, I think we just all need to be in agreement here that we'll do whatever needs to be done with Small Bros when we need to do it.
I'll say that I have no emotional attachment to Smavros.
Neither do I. Quite the opposite, actually. I couldn't stand him. So I'm honestly maybe even biased here. I say we just,
Can we?
I mean, okay, to be fair, I've heard what happened with your friend Kaz and the whatever person he is now. Maybe it's for the best.
We
Actually,
gotta kill Kaz next too, so that's also on the agenda.
that is he needs to be. Well, I mean,
We're gonna have a real nice track record of killing ex-friends. Watch yourselves.
I have done nothing of the sort to warrant a judgment from me party. Thank you.
he is a giant. They typically eat people, according to what the stories that I've heard.
It's true, they do sometimes. If they got nothing else to eat, why not?
Look at Astral real quick.
Is Astral spelled wrong too?
No, but assassin.
Assassin spelled wrong?
It's two S's.
Yeah,
That's
well,
only
we know,
one
okay.
S.
There's only one ass.
I'm glad that everyone is just now realizing all of these
What's
things.
wrong with us?
We don't know how to spell, okay? That's
That's a
what
chat.
D&D Beyond is for. It does all the spelling for us.
It's amazing. There's so
Hey,
many.
dude, the creatives for the most
Yeah,
part,
see,
basically
yeah.
are one-man show on this show, so I'm gonna spell shit wrong. It's gonna happen. And you're gonna get over it.
You're
gonna like it.
You're gonna like it.
You know what? In fact, I'm gonna keep spelling everything wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
How small bros of you?
Well, I'm doing it on purpose.
That's probably true.
Next campaign's gonna be perfection. Can only hope.
Anyway. So what are we going to do about this Kron situation and the Smavros situation? By the way, we need to make a little bit of a donation to the local orphanage.
No.
That's how you got the information.
Yes. Yeah. Turns out that the orphanage is ran by someone who knows a little bit more than the leader guy.
You wanna give money to orphans? really.
How many diamonds would it take?
You want to give them, you want to, look at how fucking Shiv turned out. He was an orphan. You don't give money to that?
If it stops him from happening.
Shiv's not here, by the way. Just
One, I didn't know Shiv was an orphan, and two, clearly he did not have the funds to, not be an orphan. Turned out, maybe if somebody gave him money, he wouldn't have turned out this way.
I like the idea.
I was also an orphan, by the way.
And you became a wizard.
Yeah, well, that's because of us. Alright. Yeah, Barry owes everything to me, so.
We're in the Council of Legends. I'm sure we could spare some coin.
Spare your own, I'm not giving any.
I don't even know where I keep my gold.
it's just there.
I keep getting told that they basically just gave me stuff when I went to go buy stuff.
Well, we are legends, so they do kind of owe us. You know, just asking our presents, everything should be free, honestly.
Barry,
Yeah.
do you know an estimate when Smallvast would be coming through the gates?
Well, the orc, didn't he state that to you there, Former?
He may have. Do you remember, Barry?
I do. But I feel like you should be saying it as your king.
This is what I brought you. In case I ever forgot anything.
Seems like you forget everything.
I remembered exactly that we had to take a small roast in the orc invasion. And then we got to go to the get help with the crown. You know what you forgot to do is write on that piece of paper exactly what you wanted me to say.
Have you ever heard of arrow points?
Arrow points.
Yeah, the little markers you put on the like a topic you're going to talk about. The arrow points, the thing that you really need to know.
He's familiar with getting hit by arrows. Actually, well, you're due for another one soon, huh?
All the curses are gone. It was all a simulation, maybe.
Your tattoo on your arm is gone.
Not the one on my chest.
Not the one on your chest. I never said that.
Oh, you should maybe check. Are you sure it's not there
You
anymore?
heard about him saying that and not simulation?
Oh, I said simulation, my bad. In the dream,
On the Matrix,
I
yeah.
had tattoos in the dream,
Oh my god.
but now I have it in real life.
Wait,
Or at least just the one on the chest.
what?
You had the tattoos already.
3 days. 3 days is when the invasion is supposed to move forward. And listen, I already told you all, orcs don't have siege weaponry. They're not going to be showing up with catapults. What they're going to do is they're going to charge the walls and they're going to get slaughtered.
It's not the orcs I'm worried about. It's small for us.
What the fuck is one orc going to do? One half orc.
Don't say that.
He's the one leading them. Alright?
He is.
Don't jinx us.
I'm not jinxing anything. I'm using logic here.
Alright, and logically, we do what now? We just wait for him to get here and we try to, like,
I say we
parlay
help
with him.
out the city. Let's get the fortifications all up and ready. I'm sure they're going to be getting tar pits, moats, spike traps, catapults all ready to essentially annihilate an entire swarm of orcs coming towards us.
Sounds good to me.
I'm going to speak with the mages of the city. I'm sure that they're going to have some that are going to be here.
How big is this city, Barry?
It's Brightwall. It's the capital.
Right. Why are we the one having to head these plans? Shouldn't they have, like, a war general or something?
I think we are the war generals.
Is this a joke?
No. You're on the Council of Legends. We're on the Council of Legends. The war generals will be speaking with you. But, judging from the orcs' response and from what the rumors are on the city, doesn't appear that most people are very concerned about this. More of an inconvenience, you could say, to them.
They're not concerned, you said?
Why should they be? The city's never been breached.
Naive.
Ignorance. That's all it is.
Well, they better fucking figure it out, because I'm not gonna be here if it's gonna get sieged and get my shit pushed in. The moment that happens, I'm out of here.
Not only that, but are the soldiers even going to be ready if they've never had to deal with an actual breach?
The soldiers of Brightwall? The soldiers of Analia? We're talking about the Pegasi Knights. These are elite knights. Some of the most praised in all of Abendol.
You're telling me that Brightwall itself isn't what keeps it from being sieged?
Besides for its walls, its incompromisable position, it is also filled to the brim with some of the most trained and talented knights in all of the kingdoms.
All I'm saying is, how often are they... Actually, it's one thing to be trained, but if they haven't had to deal with anything like this...
They just got done with a 5-year war with Kravoy.
And where were we?
In the south, away from the war.
Exactly.
That's where I'm trying to be again, so let's speed this along.
I was in a dream for like 3 years.
Are we trying to get the crown or not?
Yes.
Then let's just kill the orcs, get the crown, and fucking leave then.
Barry, you've become so bloodthirsty.
I have this ominous feeling that everything feels like it's going to be easy, but it's not going to be easy.
What could go wrong?
That's the nail in the coffin right there.
Right there. That's
Well,
the last
you
thing he
say
said.
that-
Now we're gonna go 3 days in the future.
3 days in the views are...
Fire.
There's a big old hole in the
Barry's
wall.
missing his legs.
Oh God! I can't feel my legs. Lieutenant Dan.
Okay, so
3 days go by. Just kidding. Oh man.
I swear if he says that, I'm waiting.
We have generals to talk to, and if they come to us on the last day, it's their fault. It's their fault. They deserve it.
3 days.
Mother.
Well, I'm gonna go fill this back up.
There it is. Nope, it's Brightwall's fault.
At least they don't have a manure.
This is
man.
this is going to be the 3 day period right here.
Okay.
You guys gonna be doing rolls for certain things.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you also decide some battle plans.
Alright, I would like to roll warfare so I can know what. Oh, that was Pathfinder.
That was Pathfinder.
Definitely was Pathfinder.
Yeah, Gwen could have.
You know what's awesome about Dungeons and Dragons and Pathfinder? They give you 0 mechanics for warfare, which is fucking stupid. It's a literal game about knights and monsters and medieval combat, and they have 0 for warfare. Thankfully, though, I've built an entire game system on my own, so I know I basically made a warfare system. Which I am...
Would you have to theoretically use like insight or something like that?
if you don't want to tell me in person,
Yeah.
then yeah, you could roll and I could give you suggestions based off of your roll. But I'm the type of person where I don't like people I like people to RP their persuasion and then roll instead of just being like, I persuade him and then roll it. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I'd still like you to come up with an idea, and then if you aren't comfortable with it, you could roll insight on it, and I could give you maybe some suggestions to make it a little bit better. Now, the 3-day period. The city is preparing itself for this orc invasion. The walls are not scalable. They could not bring ladders to throw up onto these ramparts. The walls are well over 80 feet tall. They are massive. And there's more than one rampart. There's an outer ring, there's a center ring, and then there's an inner ring. It's kind of built like the cities in Attack on Titan. They're fucking huge.
I can't wait till a colossal orc comes up and
You're just small rock.
Sure, I could probably do that if I go out there and just turn into a giant.
So, you are 80 feet tall. You could, even if you were in full giant form.
I don't know. I got pretty big before.
That was different. You were literally being imbued by the power of gods.
For this one joke, I'm pretty sure the gods can empower me again.
Sure, you're right, because that would be a joke.
Give
So-
me the funny. Give me the funny.
Now, what would you guys like to do to better reinforce the city to prepare for this invasion?
Well, what's the water system look like the sewer system? Where's that run out to? And how does that work?
Ah, very nice.
Are those guarded?
So, the sewer system actually runs out into basically an old drained out lake, and then that lake then
So
runs
it's a shit lake?
basically a shit lake. Basically,
Orcs
Big
don't
shit
give
lake,
a shit.
everybody!
basically all that sewage runs out into a kind of like a ravine.
So what's the
cold shit.
security around that?
Around that sewer system? Mm-hmm. Well, it would be, it's definitely not a traversable sewer system. This would be something that would be pretty much impossible to have armed soldiers go through. But it is protected in the sense of there are like station watches above that exit of the city. So if they were trying to go there to somehow sabotage the sewer system or sabotage the sewage drains, then they could essentially repel them.
Having gone through where that the less than part of town that we went through to,
Yep.
you said it's basically right outside the ramparts. Like it's the first.
It's the first thing on the other side of the ramparts, yeah.
Is there anywhere or anything? How are they setting up the guards in this particular area? If it's the first place that they would go
On the
through?
ramparts.
So they're just on the ramparts.
So it looks like, from what your plans or what you have been told by the war generals, what they do is they plan to have a small army of 10,000 men ride out in cavalry. Yeah, their army is massive. They have an infantry troop of 55,000 soldiers. So they plan on having 10,000 cavalry ride out to face the orc incursion. And what their plan is to break off into two groups of 5,000 and circle the enemy forces into the ramparts, sort of close them off, and then just bombard them with catapult fire, arrow fire, and magic.
Sounds like a pretty solid plan.
That's what the war generals have planned. This is a tactic that has been used multiple times in Brightwall's past, and it is 100% effective. Now, Hakan will tell you, since Hakan is an ex-general from Dramia, there is currently a sky diamond in the ship. The boat that Jez has it currently is capable of flight. We could position the boat above the battlefield and literally rain cannon fire down on top of them.
That sounds like a jazz plan right there.
That is, if Jez wants to do that.
Get jazzed on from the sky.
Where have you been storing a ship?
Oh, in here. No big deal.
It has the ability to fly and go into your coat. I'm confused.
I also have like a whole ass vault in this coat. That's where I keep all my gold.
Finley's,
None of
Special
that,
rules, my
by the way,
diamonds.
is for your orphanage.
Finley's
Thank
coat's
you.
got a lot of.
Thank you,
It's
Fallen.
got creepy.
What if my portion
You
of
get
my
a
gold
diamond.
is in
I
there?
reach in, I'm gonna grab a diamond.
I reach out. I reach
That's me,
out.
Diamond.
I reach out and grab it before he can.
Okay.
Oh, you just let that happen. Cool.
No, I punch him in the kneecap.
You're not small.
All right.
He just gets out of the ground. Ah!
What up? All right. Well, I take it from him. Give it back. Oh, right. Give that fucking back.
Anyway.
That
So-
wasn't for you.
Hakan asks you,
you want us to position the ship over the battlefield then?
We're gonna be like the only thing in the sky, right? Like the only objects and nothing else gonna be in the sky. It's gonna be my ship.
I believe so.
So it'd be like a lone
hoping.
target, like a sitting duck.
We could fly above arrow fire. Even then.
Remember you told me that. Because if I get any damage to my ship, it's your ass.
Understood.
Alright, where are we launching this bad boy?
Well, I say we fly out over the actual battlefield, station ourselves on the opposite end, and we can help push those orc forces towards the rampart walls.
So like flanking situation.
Leave them no retreat.
I like
All right.
that
So
term.
where you want me then?
Tinsel, I have experience with the cannon, so I could operate cannon fire if anyone else wants to help with cannons.
Yeah, bombs.
Captain, would you also, I'm assuming you'd be on the ship with us?
No, me down here having a fucking margarita. Yes, I'll be on the ship.
Margaritas are a thing.
Barry and Melanie, we've already spoken with the wizards and the mages here in the city. We'll be creating essential barriers on the rampart gates, making sure that orcs can't make their way to the gates with any sort of battering rams or breaks.
You see, Taku, I will be making my way out into the fight itself. Nothing like good hot blood in the fur.
Gross.
I'm concerned for you.
Will you be joining me, Folder?
I will most likely be right there in the middle of the battlefield, just swinging me.
What do you mean most likely? Where else will you be?
Exactly.
So it's a likely.
That's
you know,
not a response to her question. She said, where else would you be? And you said exactly.
Right. I said most likely be where I was going to be. She said, why most likely that's where you're going to be.
No,
I
I
said
said-
exactly. That's why
I
I
said-
said most likely.
You know, no, it's fine. It's fine, Paul. Forget I even said it.
Why?
It's
Is
fine.
this a conversation right now?
Well, I was trying for it to be, but
It's
it
like
didn't
he
go that
hears
way.
every other word you say and then puts it together to create a sentence that never happened.
You know, it's not his fault. The muscles kind of like constrict his brain a little bit and kind of squeeze
Gets
it.
no blood flow up there.
Yeah, so it's... You have to make sacrifices to be that big. Right, Fauna?
No. Humbly disagree. Alright, well, anyway.
You
So,
see Shiv and Finley Gold.
oh, fairly fucking gold.
You see Finley Gold? We will be part of the auxiliary. So, making sure that in case they have to retreat for whatever reasons, Shiv and I will be leading the auxiliary charge.
Of course, amazing idea. Splendid idea. Why didn't I think of that?
You see Finley looks towards you. It was Shiv's idea, so...
I fucking got you, didn't he?
Well, I mean, it's not that great of an idea. I was just trying to hype you up. I've heard better ideas, to be completely honest. That's
Good playoff.
F tier, maybe.
Thanks, Jess. Alright.
I am going to arrive into the conversation pulling a horse.
Pulling a horse?
You know.
Oh, okay. I was like, I just pictured a horse on the ground.
ground,
You just-
Shrek.
Grab by the mane. By the mane. Just
Guys, I found this dead horse.
That horse there, buddy.
I'm going to
kicking
be
it.
out on the battlefield.
Is that horse
Where I
meat?
feel
Well, you're not gonna
I'm
be here.
most effective.
You're not gonna be up here with us.
No.
You're gonna be down. You wanna be with. Alright. You wanna be with them.
What do you mean about them?
Them, you know, they're just.
You know, I'm down there.
Is one of the generals there?
No, this is you guys convening. You guys have already spoken with the war generals. Unless you had something you want to talk to the war generals about.
I do.
Okay. You can do that before this actually kicks off.
I'll do it as I'm leaving.
Okay, that's fine.
Because it would be at the gate anyway.
See, Rahios, and I will also be riding out, ensuring that if any of our comrades fall, I'll be there to bring us back.
Great. Who's gonna be on the ship with me?
You see Hakan and Tinsel and like,
Just you guys.
What about Barry? Where's Barry gonna be?
I already told you, but you weren't listening.
What would you say? I wasn't
Melanie and
listening.
I are making sure that the gates are magically shielded,
Oh,
so
right.
they can't be destroyed with
That's
battering
good.
rams.
That's a good idea.
Oh, what about Bear?
Taku is running
Or
out.
Taku again.
He's running out in the group with everyone.
So he doesn't get it, but I do.
He said it. He said it out of game. He didn't say it.
Just got done telling me I just said, but you weren't listening.
Oh god. Alright, yeah, that's fine. We can do this.
You don't seem very sure of yourself. Don't you still have those chain shorts? I remember you being quite devastating with those in the Centaur attack.
I don't think there's any on the ship.
Tinsel, you got any bombs?
Tinsel can definitely make some good cannonballs, can't you?
Yeah, but here's the other part you guys aren't thinking about. I think, do we want to be hurling bombs into an area where there's friendlies? You know, if it's going to be...
No.
That is why we'll be firing on their rear flanks. We'll be driving them into the forces.
I see that, what you're doing. You guys talking?
What about you, Julian? What are you doing?
Is there something going on here that I don't know about?
No.
I think that Faulkner and I make a pretty good team, so I might go out with him.
You gonna go out with him?
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh,
I don't mind, man. I'm quite
Whatever makes you guys
I'm
happy.
quite a unit.
Alright.
Don't flatter yourself too much.
I'm glad everyone's finding love around here. That's great.
Even you, Jezebel. Even you.
Don't make me throw
You-
myself off my ship.
You
I will do it. 20,000 feet in the air, I'll do it.
You're in the middle of the battlefield. I saw one of the Counts of Legends die. They just fell off the ship.
You watch as the Pegasi Knight Commander now walks in, which is one of the war generals.
The cavalry is ready to advance. We've already had scouts report. The orcs will be here by sundown. They appear to be using the cover of darkness to their advantage. That's all right. We'll make sure that battlefield's brighter than the dawn. Anything else you need before my soldiers deploy?
Not to say that we fail, but a contingency. We might want to have tar and oil base at the gates. Have some flame archers ready.
It's already been stationed for days.
Perfect.
Fire mode.
What?
Excuse me.
A mode of fire is...
Fire mode.
Fire mode.
Is that possible in the next, 5 minutes?
Yes, you were saying fire moat 3 days ago, so we
Great.
we have
Great.
made sure that the moat of fire will be there.
Great. That's all I need.
What about the poison gas I kept saying over the last 3 days?
Unfortunately, we were not able to find poison gas.
It's some shite.
We're gonna kill everybody.
What about
there.
bombs? Did you find any bombs with those 3 days I was
What was with
asking
you and
for?
bombs lately?
Could you imagine the damage I could cause with some bombs?
Tinsel's like, I made the bombs. You asked me to make the bombs. I made the bombs.
Tinsel, I knew I could count on you.
I think that'll be it, General.
My plan is to drop them from the ship.
They're arguing, and General's like,
Just, can I have one?
They're not designed to be lit. They're
Yeah.
designed to be dropped.
Didn't
I could
didn't
drop-
you tell him to make a really large cart-sized
No,
bomb?
he wanted me to make anti-magic bombs, which I have made. I have 3 of them.
you have 3 of them?
I have 3 anti-magic bombs. Yes.
What are the size of them? Can
It creates a 30-foot radius where no magic can essentially exist for 6 seconds within it.
Can I have one?
You can give him all 3. Can
I
give
think
him-
we should be saving the only 3 that we have to target magic users.
Right. Can I just have a regular bomb?
Captain, I'm not going to give anyone bombs unless you tell me to give them to someone.
You're not giving anyone bombs now.
Jezebel!
You're not getting a bloody bomb.
Captain! Come on!
The only
Give me
reason
a bomb. I've
I'm
been asking for it for 3 days straight. Just give me
How
one.
dare you put this on me?
The only reason I'm asking is because I don't use magic. If I happen to find a magic user, I wouldn't mind having a contingency plan.
You see the Pegasi commander goes, "We're dealing with orcs here. They're not very fond of magic. They're more of an up-close and personal type. I doubt you'll have that problem on the battlefield. Besides, our horses are trained. Some of the best in the world. They are Galdean mares.
Well, they're gonna dodge magic bullets. Is that how good they are? Never underestimate the power of surprise.
I
Those shoot
noticed
magic
that
bullets.
they
now.
are Goldian. Trust me.
See, he looks towards him. The wargs they ride are fast, nimble, but they don't have endurance. Once they make their first charge, they'll be sitting ducks for us.
Is this one of the generals that's going out on the field?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with him.
Fallen?
All right.
Why are you looking at me like that?
He just wants his bombs.
I just want one.
You're a tyrant with the bombs, alright? That's what you are. But I'd never want you to have your hands on one.
Oh, what? Excuse me. What have I ever done with the bomb that is cause you to be wary of me having a
Fallen,
bomb?
I don't trust you with the bomb. I just don't.
The only
You'll
person-
come back with no hands.
That's not true.
You're gonna kill Ghoulian.
You're not gonna make me a real Ghoulian, are you?
No.
I'd rather not be a Ghoulian.
Just don't be around the bomb when it goes off. You'll be fine. Alright, fine, no bomb, but I do want one later. Alright, can we all agree with that?
I'm not giving you a bomb, Falner, unless the captain says so.
I'll tell you what, Fallen, how about this?
I'll pull out my oil flask and some fabric.
Figure it out.
That is just a Molotov. I don't need that.
This or nothing.
It's nothing, because it's not what I want to do with it. I want a bomb.
Is it called a Molotov in D&D?
No. But
It's-
Oh, that is a fire bottle.
Fire flask.
It's this or nothing, Fallen.
Nothing, man.
Prove to me you cannot get yourself on fire with this. In the future, we can talk about the bomb.
When have I ever set myself on fire? That wouldn't be hard to do.
Lavade's not here. He would say something.
Right.
What
Should be
a-
off then, General.
Alright, I'm putting back my jacket.
you see the Pegasi commander. I don't understand legends.
Do I see any bombs around?
No, you don't see any
Shut-
fucking bombs
shut up.
around.
Shut up, Bobs!
Bombs are just.
If we're not on the FBI watch list by now, I'll be fucking surprised.
Are there just bombs laying around?
It's bombs and gems. Or diamonds. Bombs, diamonds. The bombs,
A
diamonds.
diamond bomb.
The diamond
Oh my-
bomb!
Oh, by the way, where's that diamond that you took from me?
We don't have time for this. We don't have time.
We always
Fight
have,
about it later.
always have time for a diamond.
Do you love us quarter later? Coral diamond thing.
If I find you dead on the battlefield, I'm taking that diamond back.
Can you imagine
I'm just saying.
a
I hope you
blow,
don't die.
and
Listen.
then someone just throws a diamond to distract Fallen, and he's like, oh.
You know, he put the diamond in like his breast pocket or whatever. Maybe that's the one thing that's gonna save his life tonight. If I'm right, you owe me 10 gold.
What?
Great. Perfect.
He said yes.
I didn't say what. I said nothing of the sort.
You
Yeah, you
say
didn't say what. You said yes.
I said what? Why is this gaslighting?
what? Oh, rot. What? Rot? What?
All right.
Alright, let's get going.
Rot.
Let's get this over with.
Rot. What?
So,
Finally, I get to do some mounted combat.
3 days later.
Son of a bitch.
The battle's over.
The battle raged for 3 days.
everyone makes their way to the positions. Siren's call is hovering over the battlefield. Barry and Melanie are in position. Taku, Fallner, Legic, Julian, Rahios are all down within the infantry. There's this calm before the storm. You see the last bit of sunlight beginning to disappear over the horizon. And as the darkness takes the sky, you can see what appears to be dark silhouettes beginning to rise within the distance. Thousands of orcs begin to emerge from the darkness. You can hear the beating of their war drums echoing throughout the valley. They stop somewhere in another scene.
Ooh.
You see Small Ross riding on what appears to be this massive wart. See him make his way over towards an individual on a horse. Black robes pulled up.
We're preparing to make our siege to the city. We'll make sure that Venalia burns.
Leave no one alive. Begin when you are ready, Smallvros. Show me the fervor of your god.
It's Fallner.
It's not me.
It's not me.
You see Smallvros turn as he looks back towards the entire group. You see him.
The people of this city scorned us centuries ago. We fought and bled on their land for them to take it from us. These mountains, these plains were our home. Now, we return. Gallic's tomb will be ours!
And you see him graze up his horn and you guys hear the just horrendous roar of orcs screaming and battle crying in the distance, followed by the sound of thunder.
How far are they?
Probably somewhere around 400 or 500 yards out. The rolling rumble of charging feet and wargs stomping across the meadow appear to be making their way directly for the center fortress walls, outer ramparts, Brightwall. You see the Pegasi commander, the war general, looks back. They're coming. Hold the line. You see as he looks up towards the top of the ramparts. Archers ready! And as he looks up, hold! You see the archers with their arrows not pulled back, but just at the ready. Raise gates! You watch as the front gates begin to roll up in front of you. Once we're clear, drop the gates. Mages, relying on you to make sure they don't get past us. See, Barry? Understood. I'm sure you and your horses and men will clean them up just fine. There are a lot of them.
I'm scared for a betrayal.
You are the infantry.
No.
Oh, it's
Oh.
a betrayal.
I'm scared for a betrayal.
We're watching you, Barry.
I'm scared for this. Someone, somewhere.
You hear the roar getting closer and closer. Fire ready! You see the archers ignite their arrows. Aim! And you watch as he brings his arm up. Fire! And you watch as they shoot over the wall.
You just watch this darting maze of fire arrows just
Fucking probably blocks out the sun.
fly. There is no sun. It's
Oh,
night.
nighttime? Shit.
Walks out the moon.
We'll fight the shit.
We see nothing but darkness for a second.
And you hear him yell, "Charge!" And you hear the rolling rumble of hooves as the Goldian mares just take off into battle. The entire rampart wall just becomes this swarm of horse and hooves and storm and steel as the Pegasi Knights ride out to battle. Assuming you guys are also riding out as well.
Is there something for me to ride?
So a horse.
That's a good question.
Be a large horse.
As they do, you guys notice that the forces begin to break. They split. And as it splits, you watch as the arrows are now finally making ground. But they were not aiming for the orcs.
Were they just trying to split them up?
They were aiming for the moats. And you watch as the arrows hit. And this huge moat of fire filled with oil just bursts into flames.
There's Jess's moats.
The flames grow high, almost 20 feet tall, and the orcs have essentially hopped over this moat to get here. Some of their wargs, some of their infantry covered in oil now. You see them running out of this moat as some of them become basked in fire, becoming burnt to a crisp in this. And with the massive smoke now bellowing off the top of the flames, the battlefield becomes almost obscured. It makes it very easy for the Pegasi Knights to split their forces and move left and right. Hakan looks towards you.
Captain, at your ready. We'll fire when we need be.
And they look towards you. When do you want them to fire?
How am I judging when they should?
Just depends
What am I
on.
seeing?
You know, you're gonna basically be firing on the rear portion of it. There are some that have not crossed the moat. You could fire on the ones that are trapped on the other side, or you could start firing on the ones on the inside. It's up to you.
How close are the ones on the inside to any friendlies?
They're basically have crossed the moat and they're getting ready to charge and meet the two allied forces.
Well, I guess we'll go after the ones that have crossed.
Okay. So as soon as Hakan hears your order, he begins to give Tinsel the command. You guys down on the ground hear the sound of the sirens call, firing off cannons, only to see earth erupt, wargs flying over, orcs being tossed across the sky, body parts being ripped to shreds, smeared into the ground. Actually, thirsty there, bud?
We're trying to be as quiet as possible.
You know how loud
This stream
that
is
probably
sponsored
for
by
the-
water.
It's probably so loud for the back.
Go drink some.
Drink your water.
Okay. Julian and Legic, you are split into the right group. Falner,
What?
Taku, you are split into the left group. As this happens, you guys begin to circle the orc forces. As they push their way in, you immediately are starting to surround them, funnel them in. The orcs are now fighting forces on two sides. I'm gonna need some rolls from you guys. So, for Falner and Taku, which I'll be rolling for Taku, can I get a standard attack roll?
I have a really bad feeling about tonight, guys.
Yeah. I
Really
kinda
bad
figured.
feeling.
Can I use my mounted combat for this?
Yeah.
23.
23. Very well. Would you roll?
No, it was just him and Taku.
Oh, sorry, that's right.
I was just asking. I kind of threw him off when I asked him.
Okay. Said 23. Perfect. So, as you're riding along, the orcs making their way up to your horse, some of them on warg, some of them on foot. Faller's just cleaving through the first infantry forces. Taku jumps off. You watch as he barrels down onto all fours, and just using his head, you watch as he head uppercuts a warg, just knocking it up into the air. You see him then roll like somersault onto both feet and just roar. You see orcs literally stand in place as this 9-foot tall bear creature just stands above them. One swat with his hand, you just watch an orc head just get ripped off.
So we got the giants on the right side.
Okay,
Or left
can I
side.
get the rolls from you two now?
31.
Yee!
31.
You said
I got-
just a standard attack.
It's your attack roll.
Alright.
I got a 19. I had 2 really low rolls.
I'm assuming this is just because I don't have mounted combat and no way of controlling him. I'm only using one weapon.
Yep.
Correct? Yeah.
I had 19.
19. So 19 for you and 30 for you.
31, yeah. I rolled a 19.
I rolled a
damn.
5. With advantage.
Are you ready to rain down fire?
So, surprisingly enough,
Too far away.
as you are within this, actually, you know what? Let's go back to this. As you make your approach, you are able to tell, and specifically you, the horses are on another level. They are so on point, you're not even directing them. They're just moving on their own in just such a natural, fluid formation. Julian, you realize that the horses, without even guiding it with the reins or using the stirrups, it seems to just know what you want it to do. It's odd. You experience this as well. And the horse even sort of kind of almost disobeys one of your commands, and you watch as it continues to do what it wants to do. How do you guys want to attack in essentially the incoming forces?
With that being said, could I then feel okay enough to... Because I'm a dual wielder. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Since it kind of is steering itself at this point.
Are you just going into the infantry and attacking? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Okay. What about you?
Whirlwind.
Okay. So, both of you, what you guys see is Julian riding by without even holding onto the horse, just slashing both weapons, decapitating orcs, striking them across, dismounting warg riders, and the same thing with Legic. As Legic's moving through, his halberd is just absolutely shredding through these orc forces. But
Note, that is scary that they're being commanded, maybe.
you watch as these orcs continue to push in, and they are just getting absolutely decimated. The cannon fire continues to rain down up above, but there is a lot of them. There is hordes and hordes and hordes of orcs. Some of them have now dropped down what appear to be massive footbridges over the moats of fire and are now running across these burning bridges to now enter into the battlefield. For every one you fell, you feel like 3 more take their place.
Am I allowed to use my fire breath for that 60-foot cone?
Yeah, you sure could.
I'd like to use that from now on.
Okay. Back to Fulner. Fulner, what do you want to do? Seems right now that it is effectively working. You guys have essentially created a wedge now in between the orc forces. They're fighting on now 4 fronts. You guys have basically broken up into 2 groups, and then those 2 groups kind of split into the center. So you guys have kind of created like a W, almost.
Can I make out? Can I look around and make out small Rossi?
Give me a perception check. 17. You are able to spot Smavros on the battlefield. You see him basically surrounded by Pegasi knights, and you watch as with his axe, he cleaves the legs right off of a horse. And as it drops out from underneath him, you see him make his way over and just begins to hack and slash and fight off. You see 1, 2, 3, 4 arrows stick into his body. You watch as he just fights through it in this just fervor of battle.
How far away is he from me?
It would take you probably one more turn around to get to him.
I'll start fighting my way towards him.
Okay, give me a roll to attack.
1917.
It's a lot. Probably hits.
That was a good year.
27.
1917.
36.
Great year.
It is 36.
Yeah, 36.
36.
It was a good year. It could have been 17, 19. I don't know.
Good number. Shit, man. It's going to be like
36 to attack.
Triple cleave.
You watch as you bring up the anvil of Anam, and you watch as Fuller brings his arm back, and you see him throw it, and just boom, 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 just rips through this line of orcs before it comes back into his hand, and Fulner begins to charge through the line, making his way to Smallfrost.
Shit.
You see Taku looks over towards you.
I'll cover your rear.
He turns back around and begins to fight anyone that tried to
Thank you.
follow you.
I had a bone, man.
Meanwhile, back over with you guys. What do you want to do?
Can I use perception right now? Actually, do I see Smavros?
Yeah.
Can I use perception to see if there's anyone that doesn't look like an orc?
No, they all look like fucking orcs.
Okay. Just making sure.
You do not see anything that does not look like an orc or a warg. There are a few ogres and trolls in here, but other than that, they're all orcs.
Any of them close to our infantry?
You guys are in the thick of it.
The thick of it.
Everything is close to everything right now.
Yeah.
The thick of it.
I'm just going to blast forward.
All right. So Legic brings out his fire breath and begins to just blow fire into the battlefield,
Yeah, I'm just attacking because I don't have any kind of
doing
reference.
the same thing. And as far as Jez goes, you look down at the battlefield and you can see this formation beginning to form. You can see that the orcs have now been dropping bridges over the fire moat to cross over. And you can see that they have basically, they're flooding in from this tree line of forests near the city. It looks like they use that as their cover to approach before they attacked. What would you like to do?
Target the bridges.
Hell yeah.
So you want to start blowing the bridges? Okay. As soon as this happens, Tinsel goes, aye, aye, Captain! They turn the cannons and begin to fire down on the bridges. As they do, you can see they begin to hit some of them, explode, but it's pretty much non-stop. Like, you are just keeping the cannons loaded and firing down on these moats to keep the flow of orcs from moving in stronger and stronger. Now, back over to you. You finally make your way up to Smallvros. You see Smallvros currently taking his axe as he sunk it into the shoulder of a Pegasi knight. You see him take it and put all of his weight and just rip through the metal and flesh.
Small Ross, greetings.
Little lion.
That's me. What say we stop this whole business?
And he charges towards you.
I will defend myself.
All right. Roll initiative there.
We got ourselves a 15.
You're up first.
Oh, snap. I'm going to do a full round attack. With Anam's Anvil activated.
Okay.
First hit is, let's see here. That'd be 33.
Okay, hit.
28.
Hit.
And 28 again.
All right, all hits.
Let's see. First one is, let's see, 2. First one's 35 damage.
Okay.
Twenty 29 damage for the second one. And 25 damage for the last one.
31. Nice.
Oh fuck! I forgot to. I have to do the chance of what type of damage it was with the default. I completely forgot about those. That is all lightning damage.
Okay. So as Falner makes his way forward into the battle with Smallvross, the hammer becomes to imbued with lightning. As he strikes across the ribs, you see Smallvross's ribs break with one strike. As you bring your hammer up and crush down onto his shoulder, you watch as it breaks his arm. And with the next swing, you were able to actually cleave his side of his leg. You see it just drop him to the ground. As he hits the ground, you watch as his ribs reform. You watch as he gets bigger.
Oh, no, don't make me do this.
You see him pick up his axe.
More.
Now he swings on you.
What the fuck is going on?
What the fuck is
He's
this?
lost his shit.
Wolverine Hulk shit.
See, does a 34 hit?
Just by there.
Does a 29 hit?
Just by there.
And that is a 24. I don't know if that hits.
Just by there.
Okay. So 3 hits. I'm gonna just roll this on the calculator because
Crazy
that's
you
too
did
much
that wrong.
damage.
With all the money you got.
Well, I already had some crazy AC, and actually I just went back to what I was wearing before, and now my AC's back down to a more normal amount. About 18. It's no 12 or anything.
It's 13.
Oh, 13. my bad.
Again. It's 13. Goddamn.
I'm speaking for her. She doesn't even know.
Just like last time.
Okay. So that is
She doesn't even know.
Listen, it is still 13.
It is, buddy.
That's alright. You're up in the air. There's no
I don't
way.
need it. I don't
Yeah.
need it.
What's the
It's a
ship's
hindrance, okay?
What's the ship's AC?
all right.
5,000.
Exactly. See.
That's her real
I am the ship. The ship is me.
Oh.
Okay?
Part of the
Could you
ship,
just
part of
drop the
the
ship on someone? That'd be cool.
I thought about it.
Okay.
Thought about it. That one damn.
As Falner gets, or as Falner stands over him, and you watch as his bones remend, and his form gets larger, and he looks towards you, and you can see this trail of like white wisp coming off of his eyes. His irises look almost like a icy blue. As he looks towards you and stands up,
My turn.
and he charges forward with you, and you see that axe that's made of that black metal. Then it almost howls and sings through the air as he slices towards you.
Has he been talking to Levistus?
No.
As one strike hits you, you watch as it cleaves through your armor and just makes contact with your body. His next strike with his pummel strikes you across your face, and you can just barely misses taking your eye out as it cuts across your face. Blood begins to push down off onto your mouth, and finally you see him bring his the shaft of the axe up and just clips under your chin. You can feel your jaw smack up and your head just pound. Each one of these blows, you can feel like something inside of you is being rocked around. It doesn't make, you've never felt like this before. This is a type of pain you have never experienced. It's like, imagine a concussion where you feel your brain rattle, but it's like here in the center. Like something is rocking around on the inside of you. Take 124 points of damage. 36 of that is necrotic.
100 and what?
36.
124 points of
Oh,
damage. 36 of it is necrotic.
It's like, siege the place so you can give me my crown. It's like, okay.
I say we just let him go get that crown, right?
Just saying. What if?
Get out of there, you bitch.
Now, with your passive perception, both you two see this.
I was gonna say
You
something.
guys can see that Smavros just took mortal wounds, stood back up, and then just fucking shit-wrecked Falner back down to the ground.
I know that hurt him more than it hurt me.
Okay. What do you guys want to do?
I'm gonna yell at Julian and be like, Julian, follow me!
I'll go ahead and follow him. Because I seen that.
Yep.
I am going to fire breath in front of me and just fucking haul ass to him.
All right.
Essentially just creating an
As
opening.
you fire breath and create the opening, both you and Julian are able to essentially cut in as Falner is recovering and Smavros is stepping over towards him. So you guys can enter into the initiative point at this point.
$19.
16.
Okay, you're first, Julian, Falner, Smavros.
I want to impale him and try to drag him away a distance.
Okay, so that's a push. It's considered a shove.
Okay.
Shove.
How would
So
I?
you can use your mounted combat to make that attack, but it is going to be an athletics check from him. Holy shit.
It's cocked. That could get better.
Yep. I got
Ooh, that
a
was nice. Both
23.
23.
Right as
You watch as Legic charges in with the horse, and you see him make a direct impalement onto Falner's body. Or not Falner, but
Jesus.
Smavros' body.
Oh my god, I'm
Watch
sorry.
as the halberd impales through Smavros' chest, and you see Smavros bring up his weapon to block it from going any further, and it sinks in. You can see it begin to, and it's right where his heart would be. And you watch as you push him back one step, and he just stops, and the horse is like trying to push, and now the horse's hooves are sliding on the ground as Smavros looks up. He looks directly into your eyes.
Tempest, break free.
And then you see it. And he lifts the horse up. And you get lifted up off the ground on the horse, and he just
Don't you dare hurt that horse.
chucks the horse over.
No.
And you go flying off on it too. You hit the ground, you take no damage, but you are prone.
While that's happening, as soon as he's distracted doing that, I'm going to use a new ability I have called Astral Assassination.
Okay?
On him. It doesn't give me a roll to do, because it's like a super powered, like, sneak attack essentially.
Okay.
But if you want me to roll it because of how much damage this is potentially going to do, I can do an attack roll if you would like.
I would assume you have to attack roll or get a sneak attack on it.
Yeah. Because, just so you're aware.
Read it.
So, Astral Assassination, you teleport up to 60 feet to an unoccupied space you can see and deal a devastating blow on one enemy. If it kills the target, and this is in the event that it kills Smavros, but it won't, whoever saw that killing blow must make a wisdom saving throw, which for me is a DC 20. It's,
Okay.
for whoever would see that. The damage of that attack is equal to 10d10 plus 50 on a normal blow and 10d10 times 2 plus 100 on a crit.
So that's for those who see it?
The DC is for those who see it. Like, they would have to make, like, a fear roll because
Gotcha.
of how, like, brutal this attack.
All right, well, go ahead and roll to hit.
That's a lot of orcs.
Yeah. That is a 28.
It's a hit.
So, since this is my first attack, I don't know how that works since the initiative was already started. Normally, the sneak attack would be dealt for those who haven't attacked yet, but I wasn't in the initiative.
Mm-hmm.
Would that still be a crit? Because the astral jump, you know how when I attack out of astral jump, it's an automatic crit. Do you want it to still be that?
Wait, when's it normally a crit?
So for me, when I astral jump and attack somebody, as soon as I come out of the astral jump, it's automatically a crit.
Okay.
So I don't know because this is technically something different, but I'm still astral jumping, and this is my first attack in the initiative order that I've been in.
Mm-hmm.
Would this be considered a crit? I just want to make sure.
Read the astral assassination again.
So it just says you teleport up to 60 feet to an unoccupied space you can see and deal a devastating blow.
Okay, so that is its own ability. So you are not using astral jump.
Okay,
You're
I just want to make sure.
That ability. So you are still rolling to hit. Yes.
Okay.
It's not an automatic crit.
So I'm gonna roll this real quick. Give me. Oh, that is a D100. So that is a 107.
107 damage.
Yeah. So I just like basically charge in as soon as I see him get tossed and him get fucked up. I'm like.
So you charge in, and as you charge in, you both the blades almost Titan style on the back of Smallvros's neck, and you see half of his head kind of go forward, and blood begins to spew out before you watch as his head kind of snaps back up and begins to turn around towards you.
That's not normal.
Faulkner, it's your turn.
How far did he throw me?
Just on the other side of him.
Okay.
Alright. So, bonus action, like to activate my Hill Giant Rune. And then I would like to. What type of action is this? As an action, I'm going to assume the form of an avatar of storms.
Okay.
Which makes it so if I'm hit by a melee attack, all the range attack rolls have disadvantage against me. And then if I'm hit by a melee attack, they take thunder damage equal to my proficiency bonus. Any allied creature that's within 30 feet of me gets a temporary hit points equal to my wisdom modifier. So congratulations, whoever's around me gets 1 HP.
You're so generous.
Nice.
No problem. Alright, then
Over shield.
that was an action, that was my bonus action. I think that's all I can do this turn. Bonus action, yep, that's all I can
So
do.
as Fuller begins to be swarmed with lightning and clouds, Smallvros then turns his attention over towards Julian. You watch as he gets larger. You watch as he's now pushing somewhere close to like 10, 12 feet tall. He's just towering over everyone. He looks towards you, brings up his axe and swings down on you. First one is 27.
That one hits.
Second one is a 34.
Yeah.
And the third one, 27 again.
Yeah, they all hit.
Okay.
Too bad I'm prone. Maybe that'll help you.
1, 2, 3,
Just do a
4,
kickflip.
5, 6, 10,
And full armor.
and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What are we rolling here? That is okay. 98 points of damage, and 18 of that is necrotic. So remember, necrotic cannot be re-healed.
How much was that?
98 altogether. 18 was necrotic.
Nice.
So you watch as Smallbross moves in on Julian and just goes to Hacktown. As he pushes in on Julian, Julian is using all of his speed and agility to get out of the way, but his movements are they're inhuman. He's moving with such speed and slinging this weapon with such veracity that each block of yours is literally like ringing through your body. That is going to be his turn. Which brings us back to, I believe, Legic.
I'll use my movement to get up
Okay.
and do a full-on attack on him.
Okay.
Each one of them is going to be a disarming attack.
A disarming attack. Okay.
Okay. Go back to actions. Thank you. 22, 33, and 32.
All hit.
Okay. DC save 19 strength on all three of them. So I can do it 3 times.
Save. Yeah, all of those are successes.
I knew it. I figured he had a nice strength, but you never know. 17. 25 first one. 16. So 31, 41. 57 damage.
57 damage altogether.
Yep.
Okay.
One more. I need a D4. Oh, I got. Wait, never mind.
Here.
D6. 5. So, what did I say? 46?
Yeah.
56.
You said 56 the first time.
So 60. I am going to use Action Surge and do it again.
Okay.
Disarming attacks all over again. Natural 20. One of them's a miss, but I got a nat 20 and a 22.
He rolled 2 19s on both of his strength checks.
Jesus.
Now look at it. I didn't touch it.
Does 22 hit?
Yep.
Okay, so I got 2 hits on him.
Go ahead and roll.
Make sure you double the dice too.
Seven extra damage also. Oh my god. Did I roll the wrong die the first time? Wow. Okay, so first attack is 22. 14. 36 plus 7.
43.
Yep.
That's the first attack.
You're making that up.
18
18 damage for the next.
for the next one. Wait, I keep forgetting to add the extra 8. 26. Yeah.
26. Okay.
I don't know how much that is altogether between the action surge.
You watch as Legic pushes forward, and with each blow, each swing of his halberd against Smallbross, Smallbross is blocking him. You watch as one comes up just right under his grip, and you see it just sever Smallbross's arm. You watch as he goes to one hand, just blocking each blow with the axe. And then you watch as this side horizontal slash as Legic just rips across his stomach. And as he does, you see his entrails just spill out onto the ground. He takes one step back before Legic drives his halberd into the chest of Smallbross. As he pulls it out, you see Smallbross's eyes just lose its light. You just see his back hit the ground before a Pegasi cavalry just runs over and you watch it just crush his skull.
Is he dead?
He is not moving.
That was phase 1.
I know, right? I know, right? That little whisk is scary.
How close are we to the fire moat?
You guys are pretty far away from the fire moat
Oh.
portion of it.
Time to horse. Taking it.
Yeah.
Is combat done with him?
Yeah.
Can I do another action?
What do you want to do?
I want to burn the body.
Oh, yeah, you can do that. How you? Oh, with your breath.
Yeah.
So you watch as Legic. It just engulfs the body in fire.
Fauna, do something. He might come back.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Destroy the body.
Aren't you lighting it on fire?
How's it look?
It's crispy.
Does it look
I
like
think
he
he
can
wants it to be
regenerate?
pulverized.
I want it gone. It's-
I'll tell you what, I could do something about that. I'll use me helmet, and I'll use cold lightning right on top of it.
All right.
Oh no.
I'm gonna pull Julian.
I've seen this.
I'm gonna pull
Friday the
Julian
13th
away
movie.
from the area. I'm pulling Julian away from the area.
As the lightning bolt comes down, just this huge spark shoots up. And at this point, you can watch as the mages on the tower are keeping the defense strong. However, it looks like the Pegasi Knights are slowly starting to move. The formation is not as strong as it was initially. There are still more orcs that are making their way over. There just is no fucking end to them.
Before he pulls me away, is it possible to grab Smallross's axe that he was using?
Yeah, you can grab it.
Yeah, I'm gonna like grab. I probably can't carry it, but I'm gonna like hold on to it the best I can.
It's not like ridiculously unwieldable. You can pick it up.
Oh, you can. Oh, I imagine this wax was like.
I mean, it is
crazy.
a two-handed axe.
Yeah.
So you definitely would not be swinging this with one arm.
No.
But you can pick it up and hold on to it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Hey, I got an idea. Can I put it in my bag of holding?
You want to put the weapon in your bag of holding?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can try.
I'm gonna do that.
All right. I'm gonna like try to like put it in the bag.
Okay. As you go to see him put it into the bag, it will not enter the space.
Fuck.
This is odd.
Fauna.
I'm still a storm avatar. Do I have a mouth? I don't know what it looks like.
You have a storm around you. You're not like a.
You're not an attribute.
You're not an actual like
All right.
cloud monster.
Yeah, I didn't know what it looked like. What is it? What do you want?
It's a friend's axe.
Oh,
Keep that safe. If Smallfrost comes back, we do not want him to have that weapon.
all right. I will do wield both of these mighty weapons.
No, just tie it on your back.
Do whatever you want with it. Just make sure that he doesn't get it.
I mean, technically, you probably could. Is there anything on Smallfrost? Anything?
You can't tell. He's
Oh,
covered in
it's
fire.
Yeah, you burned him.
No, I don't know. I don't know. There could be something like a jewel.
Oh my god.
A diamond.
Trust me, if there was a diamond, I would have seen it already.
How's my horse? Fucked.
I mean, it got up and ran after it was tossed like a fucking child. So, now, battle continues to the point where the orcs retreat. There is a calling of the orcs to push back towards the forest line. As they do, begin to flee. Pegasi Knights only move and then set up a base camp, a position, giving you guys enough time to catch your breath. They've retreated to the other side of the moat, but they have not retreated. Looks like they're regathering, reacquiring their numbers, and are going to assault again. This little break goes on for hours before they re-engage their assault. Is there anything you guys want to do in the downtime?
Speak.
Fire it where they're re.
So you want to bring the ship
Yeah.
over and fire
I'm
down
sorry.
Just
onto
keep
them?
firing.
Yeah.
I would
Okay.
like to drink a couple potions. That would be pretty nice. Maybe heal myself a little bit.
Smallfrost is dead. Yet they continue the siege.
I don't think this is about your friend anymore, Falner.
I don't think so either. They got no leader, but they're still really willing to fight.
It's small for us, not the leader. I thought he was the leader. Why would they keep fighting if their leader's dead?
I don't know. Maybe it's there's someone else that's in charge.
Something else is going on. We just don't know.
So, as the siren's call pushes over the forest tree line and fires down into the forest, it pretty much causes the orc forces to disperse. In a sense where they are no longer even an organized unit. They have to split, otherwise they would just be absolutely bombarded. They do try to fire arrows and ranged weaponry toward you, but it absolutely has no effect on a ship. And with that, the battle comes to a halt. The orcs have retreated. Bodies lie everywhere. And soon, the sun begins to break over the dawn. You guys literally were fighting all night. That's how many fucking orcs there were. Bodies and bodies and bodies are just piled.
I don't like this.
What do you guys want to do?
Necrotic stuff.
Oh, I'm
Shit ton of
gonna-
bodies.
Yeah. I'm gonna look at my wound from where he hit me. Speaking of the necrotic
Not
stuff.
healing.
But how bad does it look? Does it look like?
It looks like the skin tissue around it looks off. Your tissue looks to be almost dead.
I'm gonna.
Same with you, Fallner.
Well, I'm drinking a potion.
It doesn't heal necrotic damage.
Can I?
But does it heal the other damage?
Yes, but the necrotic damage does not go
So,
away.
how much was it? 36?
36 points of damage cannot be healed.
During this downtime, can I call for Rachios?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna go to him as well.
Yeah, so you don't need to drink potions. Rahios could have healed you.
Oh, alright. Well, that works then.
Negate that.
I want to roll 10 d4s.
Rachios!
You see him making his way over as he's tending to Pegasi knights and infantry soldiers. I am here. The battle is won.
Do you know anything about damage of necrotic nature?
What do you mean?
There seems to be this weird effect around Julian and Fauna.
I'm gonna show him my wound, just kind of show him with the outer edges. This doesn't look natural.
What made this wound?
Small for us.
Whatever axe he was wielding definitely hurts a lot more than it should.
Would have been this axe right here.
What is that axe made of?
Does he have detect spells and stuff? Cool.
I don't know, but it hurts really bad.
Well, in the dream world we were in, he had Dathinium. I'm not sure if he did have it in this.
It looks like the same axe.
Does this metal?
It's a Dathinium axe.
Does this metal look like that metal?
Yes. That weapon, it seems to be connected to the afterlife in some manner.
You don't think?
That weapon is not meant for mortal hands.
Good thing you're a king then.
That's true. I'm now mere mortal.
You see the Pegasi Knight Commander making his way. Easy enough. They never even made it to the wall. Pile the bodies. We'll make a mass grave. Throw them in. Hopefully this incursion of theirs will be the last.
Oh, I feel a bit uneasy with all the bodies here. Knowing what Smallvrus was capable of, we should probably burn them as fast as we can.
They may be orcs. We are going to at least bury them with respect. We're not going to burn them like dogs in a pile.
It's mighty generous of you.
You watch as the commander turns and rides off.
For now, I'm gonna go meet with that orphanage director, leader, I don't know what exactly to call them.
Make sure you leave that diamond behind before you go over there.
I'll make sure of that, Fallman.
You sure you want to go
I
now?
think I might have dropped it on one of the bodies.
You sure you want to go now?
Oh no. I don't think you're going anywhere.
I don't think you could.
It's because he's holding the fucking axe, I swear.
No! Alright, what do I do then? What do you want me to do?
Need to heal that wound first.
You need to go check on the rampart walls.
I'm gonna go check on the rampart walls.
Luckily
I
for
will not.
you, going the same way. That was weird. Right?
Jez, what do you want to do with this ship now that the battle's over and dawn is broken?
Well, I tried telling you, but you cut me off.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So, I don't know. Whatever. Put me where you want.
No, what would you like to do?
I'll just go down and take the ship down, whatever.
Okay, so after the ship's down and you've got I'm assuming you probably shrink the ship back down.
Yeah, probably.
We might need to follow Fona. That seemed odd.
You have
that he
no reason to do that.
Yes,
That
I
is
do.
Metagaming.
Out of nowhere, he wanted to go to the rampart.
Give me an
walls?
insight check.
For what reason?
Give me an insight check.
I didn't do anything.
Like, we just won the battle, but for some reason he wants to check out the rampart walls. For what odd reason? Why did I do 2?
I'm looking for the diamond.
I'm going to... I rolled twice for some reason. I got unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20. You don't know why he would need to see the rampart walls. Doesn't make any sense.
It just seemed
But-
weird. In game.
But other than that, there's no reason to be alarmed by him.
No, it's just that out of nowhere in the conversation, I was like, I'm gonna go check the rampart walls. And then he just left.
That's what he decided to say.
Yeah. He decided to be weird on his own.
That was really weird.
It's his charm, actually. As far as this wound goes, I guess it could wait. I mean, it's not getting any better and it's not getting any worse, right?
Any opinions, Rahios?
I could try to see if I can look into it, but I've never seen a wound like that.
See. If I trusted anyone with this wound, it would be Rahios. And if he doesn't know anything about it,
Scary.
yeah. So, I'm going to go. You'll know where I'll be, right? You'll know, you weren't there, but you know the general area and where I'll be, right?
Yeah.
And Jez, once the ship's down, and you got everything, what would you like to do now?
Just start wandering around.
Are you looking for anyone?
No,
Okay.
just checking out everything.
I feel bad that I
around.
cut you off. I didn't know I cut you
You
off.
should feel bad.
I do feel
I
bad.
hope you sleep tonight.
I think it would be funnier if you never cut her off, but that she tricked you into thinking that you cut her off.
Gaslighting.
That would be the funniest thing to me right now.
Just float the ship right above Fauna at all times.
Ship's already done.
Oh.
I'm wandering. I'm checking out all the damage.
Okay.
I don't care about it, but I'm looking.
Okay, go ahead and give me a perception roll then, or investigation roll, whichever one you want.
What am I investigating? What am I investigating?
It's whichever one you want to do. You said you're checking stuff out. I don't, if you're either perceiving it or you're investigating it.
14 for perception.
You're walking around the borders of the walls and you're surveying the damage and looking. you can see that there is the moat where the fire was. The flames have completely burnt out, and now it's filled with bodies and just blood. Various different remnants of battle. You
Bad as
watch
expected.
as the blood begins to freeze. And you watch as one of the bodies opens its eyes and its head turns over towards you. Hello, Jez.
Shut up. What are you doing here?
It's been some time, hasn't it?
Not long enough.
Don't you miss me?
Not even a little bit.
I would get up and introduce myself more properly if this body still worked. Crows over the wall. Peck at the bricks. I fear for the night that's to come. You're not as safe as you think. You watch as it stops and returns to normal. Returns being dead.
Normally dead.
Not frozen over dead.
He's still frozen?
Not
Or
talking.
just...
The ice sort of receded.
He gave you the cold shoulder.
I think it did the opposite of that, actually.
What? It said... What? What? Why does it come with speaking riddles? What do you want from me?
Well, you knew it was Levistus, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But you're not sure what the fuck he was talking about.
I'm going up and I'm just gonna like kick the side of the body really hard.
Raise
Fucking
you.
prick.
Kick the side of the body. Julian, what are you doing? You're making your way to that orphanage?
Yeah.
Okay. Legend, what were you doing?
I'm following him.
Okay. So you make your way to the rampart walls, and you find Barry.
Don't do this.
What are you about to do, Barry?
Don't do this.
No.
Someone
Hello, mate.
What's
What's going on?
Cut off me arms.
Can I help you?
Nothing. I just came to check out the ramparts. What are you doing here?
Yeah, some of the knights have also went to go check to make sure there's no breaches anywhere. If you want to walk that one, and I guess that's it. We just need to check this outer wall. They never made their way inside the city, so. Well, you, Legic, what are you doing?
Checking the walls. He said something about wanting to check the rampart walls. I got nothing else to do.
All right. Well, if you want to check the east, check the west, and I'll make sure that the north is fine.
I'll go check out the west.
All right. Okay.
I'm gonna go with Barry for a second
All right.
and wait for him to get out of line of sight for a second.
Okay.
Barry.
Huh?
Fauna. His decision making has been rather off. You know, normally how he is when it comes to doing things. But out of nowhere, he decided to come check the ramparts. But it was spontaneous. It was almost immediate. He's never done that. I don't know if it has to do with him holding that axe, but something's weird.
Well, you guys killed Smolvros. He liked
I
Smolvros.
get it, but it was just weird.
Okay. How?
Just keep an eye out, okay?
All right. I'll keep an eye on it.
It's just we've known Fauna for a long time, and he's never.
I've known him longer than you.
Then you understand. He's never made a decision right on the spot.
Yes, he has.
Right on the spot, and
Yes.
went for it.
Yes. He's impulsive all the time.
And what would have him come to the rampart wall?
I don't know. Maybe he wanted to get a look at the battlefield or something. Is there something you want me to go ask him or do?
No,
Cast a
it's-
spell on him or something?
No, I just wanted you to be aware of it.
Okay.
That blade is giving me some worrisome thoughts. That's it. And him being in possession of it. Remember what happened last time when he was holding just a piece of metal? It seemed he was more drawn into putting that into the fire than he really was. So what does it say if an axe can do that? Whatever it could be doing to make him impulsively do something. It's just a thought, but you can never be too sure. That battle seemed too easy to be for nothing. Smallvros, I'm not gonna lie, I thought he was gonna be stronger. He was a bit terrifying, but it seemed too easy. He definitely wasn't the leader of the orcs. There's something else going on. And that blade, that axe.
Well, we figured it was connected.
Rather connected to the ghost wheel? I mean, have you seen the metal on it?
Yeah, I was there when Smallvros got the ore to make the axe.
If it influenced Smallvros to become what he was, if it did the same to Fauna, we'll be in more danger than we were with Smallvros.
Perhaps. What do you want me to do about it then? Did you tell Jez? See what Jez that wants to
I
do.
haven't seen her. I don't know where she's at.
I'm pretty sure she was down by the battlefield somewhere. Go tell her.
Sorry.
I'm gonna leave.
Okay. As soon as you leave, Barry casts message to you.
Fauna, why don't you come back here? I'm going to talk to you.
Or I'll come back over to where you were standing alone.
Just get it over with. Whatever you're trying to stop, just rip it off like a band-aid, man.
All right. So, you already took care of the west wall.
Mm-hmm.
You come back to the north.
Fauna.
Hmm?
Alright. So I think we need to talk about Legic. I think this dragon shit's starting to get to him. I don't know if we can trust him.
Oh, you can never trust a dragon, that's for sure.
That's why I wanted to talk to you about it. He thinks that weapon, he thinks you're controlled by Ghostwield.
Where did he get that notion?
Because you wanted to look at the rampart walls. Why did you want to look at the rampart walls?
I look at all the rampart walls that I come across. It's not weird.
Actually, that is weird, but the way you said it, it sounds like something you would say. Alright. Well, I need to go meet up with Melanie, make sure that she hasn't been able to, make sure there's no, infiltrators in the city. Alright?
Sounds good. Walk away fast.
You walk away?
No,
Oh, you.
I'm just wishful thinking.
As he
Did you
walks
say that in game?
No, just wishful
away
thinking.
fast.
Walk away.
You watch as he walks away. You turn back and you look at the top of the rampart wall. And you're going to sabotage the gates.
Fucking hell.
I'd do that. I'd rather do that than I thought I was going to have to do.
You thought you were gonna kill Barry,
I
didn't
thought
you?
you were going to make me kill Mary. I was going to be so sad.
Fuck, dude.
Alright, yeah, I'd sabotage the fuck out of those gates.
As you sabotage the gate, you walk out onto the rampart wall, and you watch as a crow flies, lands on the wall, looking towards you. And then you look out into the distance, and you can see blackbirds beginning to circle the battlefield. And as we move over towards Julian,
What did I do?
Took a fucking diamond. You're about to just give it away. You have any idea what that's worth?
Not as much gold as we have, bro.
That's like a new kind of currency right there.
you head back to the orphanage. Okay. What do you want to do?
I'm going in.
Okay.
Neither do you.
Now that you're in the orphanage,
I'm just expecting, I don't know why, but I was expecting, I didn't get his name.
as you walk around and you look around, you notice that old man comes out of his office. Hello? Oh, it's you.
Yeah.
Back again.
Yeah, about that payment. I don't have gold, but then I'm gonna pull out the diamond. I have a diamond I could give you.
You little bitch.
That's Fallner's.
That will be suitable.
Is there like a table or something?
Walks over and grabs it.
Oh, I thought he was like upstairs and I was...
No.
There you go.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I assume that you were part of the soldiers that helped repel the assault last night.
Yeah, and I'm like, kind of, like, do a little sneak peek. Yeah, it took a pretty nasty wound in it, but seems like everything is okay for the most part. Surprisingly okay, if you ask me, but I'm not one to judge.
Right. And you begin to hear the sound of bells. Warning bells.
What is that?
And as
Is that
you
music
hear
playing
that
in it?
and you cut from it, back on the battlefield,
Where Jess is?
and Legic, and Fulner.
You were in on this.
I got away because I knew.
They wanted me to be the friend.
You watch as you look at the sky, the blackbirds begin to circle and swarm. The sound of wings fluttering. You look to the horizon, see what looks like a black cloud rolling over the trees. And as it rolls over and sweeps over the battlefield, it is literally a cloud of darkness. And you watch as it rushes over the bodies. You see all these dead orcs all throughout the field.
God damn it, I fucking told the general.
Begin to... Quickly, the alarms are sounded. You begin to hear the bells ringing. The commanders, close the gates! And as soon as they give that order, you watch as one of the Pegasi Knights makes his way up to close the north gate where you're at, Fallner. And as he goes to grab it, the crank is stuck. You realize he's gonna fix it. Take care of him.
Who is it?
Pegasi Knight.
Everyone look away.
Can we even see where he's at?
No.
No, he's just saying that. As
Oh,
a-
alright. I'll take care of him.
With a swing, falls there, rips through.
What the fuck, bro?
You watch the Pegasi Knight falls down, and you watch as another soldier looks over towards you,
Please tell me he blows a horn. Fucking A.
and as soon as he sees you, you hear in your head, "Death is coming," and you feel him relinquish his grasp.
I drop the axe.
You watch as the soldiers are like, "Close the gate!" And they make their way over, and they slam on the chains and just break them. You see the entire thing begin to fall onto the ground, and the metal gates drop right before the undead orcs make their way as they bash up onto the metal gates, and as they ring and gnash their teeth and claw at the metal. Jez, you're seeing all these orcs rise up, but you're kind of on the outside of it. So that you were kind of like on the outside by the moat when these orcs started to get up. There's a few undead beginning to like rise up around you, and their heads kind of whip over towards you. There's a quick silence. You can hear the commander on the ramparts goes, "Fret not! These undead cannot make their way through the gates!" As they do that.
Do you remember sabotaging the gates?
Yeah, he remembers it. You remember it. They dropped him. They dropped the gates. So even though he sabotaged it, they were managed to break the chains and drop the gates anyways.
Saved.
That man on the horse, which, Jez, you see, rides out of the darkness of the trees. You see as he stands there, and that black wind rolling over him, you see above him in the sky, the clouds just begin to grow thick and dark. You see him raise his hand. You watch as this glimmer, this tiny green light
Oh shit.
begins to emit from the sky. And as he raises up, "And though lost to time, the sleeper dreams within the stars. No. Now come forth as death brings you." And as he closes his fist and points his hand pointing directly towards you, you are in between him, the city behind you, the undead now in slow motion running and rushing towards the city walls. This trail of green fire breaks through the sky like some sort of horrific comet from hell. You watch as this green star crashes into the walls of Brightwall and crumbles the ramparts. And as this happens, swarms of undead, thousands of undead, rush into the city. And that's where we're going to end tonight's episode. Fuck. So, thank you all for joining us. Make sure you come back next Sunday. See what happens on episode 105.
And then Monday for Vampire.
And tomorrow will be Vampire. So,
Vampire the
Episode 2.
Masquerade.
episode 2 of Hellfire.
Episode 25.
Now, till next time, everyone. Remember, always embrace the dark. Goodbye.
We talk about some Halloween content here. Some Halloween games.